Hello and welcome back to 16 Years and Now Kid Free. Well, considering I can't take myself on the adventure, carry on the adventure yet, I thought I'll bring a bit of adventure cooking to this show. Tonight I'm actually doing something proper. I'm doing some chicken tikka masala that comes in, well, you've got the chicken that I've already cut up, and then you've got your 3 sachets of pouches that I've already, come up, and this always comes with lots of herbs and spices, and you really can't argue with that. So I've got my chicken, I've got that, and some balsamic rice. If you're doing Indian cooking, don't bother with anything else. Don't go for the expensive stuff, and please, by any words, do not go for the microwave stuff. It is useless. Another tip for you is a lot of people, and I used to do this as well, a lot of people tend to, don't worry, I've got people messaging me, tend to boil up the rice and then wash it afterwards. Best thing to do, wash it up first hand. So I've got some rice here. I need a little bit of water. I've already boiled my water up. You can tell, well, for all of you old enough, you can tell this is very Blue Peter, some of what I've done earlier. Woo! And if you want to know, yes, that's hot. Right, rinse that out, give it a little wash. And another thing is, don't chuck loads of water in this. My very first job was as a waiter in an Indian restaurant, and the one thing they kept getting at me is how, you should, well, if you're Asian, you usually have a rice cooker, but number 2 is literally, you do not need that. Well, you can see how much because you can't see the water back there. I might add a little bit more. I have got colander because 1, I'm not Asian, so 2, I don't have a rice cooker, and 3, I'm not too sure, and 4, I'm trying to lose all my herbs and spices all over the boot of William. Come back here, come back here. And if you think it's bad me picking this up off the bumper, I've done a lot worse so far. A lot worse. So right, what we'll do is, right, I'll turn that on to a simmer and click him on. We'll click it on. Alright. No, it should be on. No? Now it's on. Oh my word, you think after living with this cooker so long I understand what it was doing. Right, and then I'll turn this on to a simmer as well. We'll let that heat up. I'm not going to use any oil. I've got a non-stick pan. So I'm going to do it like that. But I would usually use some oil because you'll know when an Indian, especially an Indian or Bangladeshi dish, or one of them dishes is cooked, is that you'll see the oil float. No, I'm not going to do it. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, 2 seconds, I'll reach over. I better do it the better way. No, I'm not, it's in the far corner. Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Vegetable oil, don't bother with olive oil when you're using Indian cooking. And apparently in some parts of the world you can start putting down payments on pints, mortgages. In China you can put a down payment on a house with wheat. That shows you where we are these days, really, doesn't it? Right, and honestly you only need a splash of oil. That's it, literally, that's all I'm going to use. Don't need too much. You only want to really grease it and know when it's cooked because it'll come to the top of the pan. Yeah, sorry I haven't been, well, why this is all boiling up. Hopefully it is, yes. Got my spoons, yes. My spoon there. Nice little spoony spoon, and I did wash it up. Hey, there we go. Right, I've got my little fish slicer, or spatula, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, back to, sorry I haven't been around very much over the past few days. Got a lot of stuff going on, and there's one particular thing that really has been getting to me. I'm a polite person. I like to be kind to people, and that's the way it is. And I was over in a local Shell garage that way. Yes, I know where I'm pointing these days. And a young lady, couldn't be, about the same age as my eldest, Amelia. 16, 17, came up and she was just like, came up, waved, and was smiling at the car. I've been around this UK, I've seen it so many times. and went to drive off. She said, oh no, I want to talk to you. I was like, oh, fair enough. She's like, are you that weirdo from Facebook? And yes, I've been called a weirdo quite a few times as well. And it's just like, what, the one that's going around the UK? And I was just like, she's like, yeah. And I was just like, well, yeah, that's me. She was just like, oh, you tried chatting me up on Facebook. And for the life of me, I don't even know this girl. You know, I don't even know if I have her on Facebook. I've not had any, you know, anything else come from it. You know, I was just like, well, doubtful. You know, you're a bit young. You know, well, put it this way. I'm what, 11 years off of being 50, and I'm 20, what? Say she was 17, 18. I'm what, 22 years, 23 years from that age group. And yeah, it's boggled my mind. I just want to be polite. I just want to be nice to people. And to have people come up and say, oh, you're chatting me up, when I have no interest in chatting people up. You know, well, there's a few people that I like chatting up, just to wind them up, basically, because, you know, they know I won't do anything. Car going past. I won't do anything because, you know, this is 16 years and now kid free. I don't even want the risk of procreation. But on top of that as well, going back to the young, how young they are. Yeah, if you're, you know, my age, yeah, I'm giving it a shake about. If you're my age, you know, a year off being 40, or less than a year off being 40, and you want to go for younger ladies, younger men, whatever, you know, you describe yourself as these days, then fair play. But for me, if I ever meet someone, I want somebody that's going to have a, you know, a joint experience of life. Yeah, and as you can tell, within only the last 3 months, you know, I've done so much more than most people have done in their lifetimes. And I know I'm really, really lucky. I'm not, you know, I'm not doing anything against that or anything like that. It's, you know I'm very lucky. But even before then, you know, I've always wanted to do more and more and more. You know, some people like tattoos, some people like jewellery, some people like, you know, a flash car, some people like, you know, flash clothes. Anything else, I don't. Well, as you can tell, the flash clothes and the jewellery is, you know, and the flash car, or the tattoos, because I don't have a single tattoo. Ooh, wow, that's white. Didn't realise it was that white up there. Yeah, what I want is to experience, that I want to enjoy life out there, really out there. And even people of my own age group, yeah, find it hard to share, you know, the culture, you know, the religion, people, you know, everything else that I've experienced. They find it very, very hard to keep up with what I've experienced. And yes, I am cooking Indian curry, and as Dave Lister at Red Dwarf says, the only thing that cuts spice in the curry, I know I haven't eaten it yet, is lager. Oh yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever actually had a swig of lager. Yeah, so even with people that I've met that are like 10, 20, 30 years older than what I am, always say to me, you know, wow, you've had a lot of life. You really have had a lot of life. And I know I'm lucky enough to. But yeah, it really got to me, and, you know, it's made me quite fearful of talking to anybody now, because in my kindness they might think, you know, oh, that's all I want, which is a no-no. You know, what I want is to carry on this trip. This is what I want, my adventure to carry on. But I've got bits to do down here, and of course, when I'm out adventuring everywhere, you know, my time scale is my time scale. You know, I've got nobody else to deal with apart from me, William, and fake word that William keeps going, and he's the most brilliant machine that I've ever come across. But yeah, so when I come home, you've got people and they've got times and everything like that. So I am planning to get back on this journey. It's just taking its time, and I've had to try to sort my own head out. And that's the reason I haven't been on video. I didn't want to go on video and not quite know what I'm saying. It's very easy when I got Leah around me, you know, my epic adventurer that's going to, you know, far outdo me by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, other than that, it's been with me just trying to work through things. It really has. I'm going to start cooking now. I'm going to go into my thoughts about the West Country as well. Considering the last time I had an Indian, it was in a orchard at Paddington Farm campsite. Brilliant campsite. If you can ever go there, just go. It's at the foot of Mantor. Not Mantor, Glastonbury Tor. I really will stop and get them mixed up. Yeah, sat around a campfire with some amazing ladies. Kai, who was the little guru that brought us all together. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Right, first bit that's going to go in. Right, be careful with this. We've got nice chilies, herbs, spices, and there's usually a bit of lemongrass in this. So when you want to put that in, be careful it doesn't pop in your face. Yeah, get in there. Go on. You know, and it only needs a... Oh, I might need to turn that up a little bit. Some people like it really sizzling, you know, popping and everything like that. I'm quite happy with it just to start warming in there. Yeah, you'll start hearing it popping and cracking in a minute. And then, yeah, straight after that, you put the chicken in. Yep, a little swing out of there. If you want to call me naughty, call me naughty. But it's an Indian, so it goes hand in hand. You don't really be drinking orange juice with spicy food. And that has got a chili. Even though it's a tikka masala, it does have a chili in there. Right, there we go. Right, now, my chicken. I got this from New Romney Butcher. I did go into Sainsbury's, but they changed everything around, and you know, I wasn't paying £7.26 for 2 pieces of chicken when I can go into the butcher's. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk a bit louder now. Go into the butcher's and get one for, it was £2.48 for a really big chicken breast off the bone, because it did say on the bone or a fillet. And everywhere else I've been, the fillet is basically a little part of the chicken. Right, let's get this going. I think, oh no, you don't want it. You don't want rubbish running away. Don't like litter in the place. There you go. Perfect rice. Perfect rice. Leave that on for a little bit longer. Might boil over. I'm going to have some scrubbing to do afterwards. But yeah, you just get this all whited off. Well, you want it just about a little bit more white than that, and then because you've got 3 bits of seasoning to put into this, so when you put the tikka seasoning in, you don't want it all completely whited off, otherwise you've sealed it and you won't actually get the food into it. Right, this is why I don't do mainstream cooking. I can't, you know. Right, you've got the tikka sauce. That's going to go in as well. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, the only problem is I'm not going to eat this all to myself. I know I'm not. But there is a gentleman that's been coming past on crutches that's he's walked to Leeds a fair few times, and if you know where I am, you know that's quite far. But yeah, it's about what, 4 miles on crutches, which, you know, fair play. 4 miles just by yourself, you know, it's quite something else. But yeah, doing that, and he's gone off to Brooklyn today. But I did say later on, if he comes back past and I haven't eaten all this, I'll leave him a bowl of it on the roof, so he's quite happy to, you know, take it and whatnot. Ooh, another car. No, that was a 4x4, or a pickup as people say it. Still a 4x4. There we go. Get that all in there. Look at that. Even without it being, it's starting to look real nice now. I always try and keep the chili on top of the chicken, just for the sheer fact of you don't burn the chili right out. I love this sauce, I must admit. I must admit it is a little bit more expensive than other sauces. For that packet of 3 sachets in Sainsbury's down here at the moment is £3.15. It's £1.20 for the bag of rice, but you've got plenty of rice left, you know, plenty of that rice left, and the chicken was £2.48. So you're talking what, about £8 for this dinner. Yep, still there. Leave that cooking. Right, while that's cooking off, and I'm going to carry on stirring it and whatnot, I was talking about the West Country, wasn't I? Excuse me. Well, if you've seen the video from a little while ago, and I know this is going to be a long video, but everybody wanted me to do a cooking video, so I'm doing a proper cooking video today. Yeah, it was a bit fraught to start off with. because I couldn't find places to overnight park. But the second I got past the New Forest, the world changed. It really did. For the places I was in, Wardour Castle, it's amazing how many places in this country sounds like something out of, turn it down a little bit, out of Lord of the Ring or something, Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or whatever you want to call it, whatnot. It was a brilliant place. Met up with Mandy. She was a beautiful, beautiful lady on there. It kicks me out of my little solitude of, like, you know, I'm not quite back in the adventure, and I'm really thank you for that. And then after that, I spent a little while in Alfred's Tower, by Alfred's Tower. Beautiful car park that was. Believe me, when it was as hot as it was, believe me, that is one place I really did want to be back to. You know, I know it doesn't have too much internet. Right, so you can see that's all pretty much disappeared there. All should be soaked in the chicken. And then we got the masala sauce. And you've got to be some proper weirdo if you don't like masala. I know this is a little bit spicier than what most people are used to when they go to an Indian restaurant, but I absolutely love it. It's about the closest I've come, to be honest, to an actual Indian meal, like the taste-wise and everything like that. No, I haven't got any naan breads. One, I don't have an oven or a microwave to cook them in. If you cook bread in a microwave, you're a heathen. But yeah, and plus, you know, I'm not even going to eat all this. Make sure you give it a real good stir in at this point, or otherwise you'll just end up with like really like flavourable bits and then just proper masala bits. So make sure you give it a proper stir in. Right, that's that done. Thank you. You will know that because it won't move as much and it won't look wet. And then you've got proper rice. Can't blame that, can you? Never thought you'd get proper cooking tips from somebody that's going around the UK in the back of a super legacy estate. But for once, you are. Right, where was I? Right, yeah, Alfred's Tower. Yeah, brilliant there. What's it called? It's similar to a place around here, but the house and gardens there that you might have seen me walking down to when I was going to another place that I can't even remember. I should have brought the map book out with me. What's it called? The Staines Centre. So Stainton House. Beautiful gardens, beautiful waterfall there. You know, if you go down there and you pay, you're going to have more of an experience than me just walking through on the public rights of way. And then, of course, after that we have the lovely South Cadbury. And that place I really cannot say enough about. The people there were absolutely brilliant. I just literally wandered into the Camelot pub, and when I went in there and started chatting to people, I think that's the reason I really wanted to do another video, is that I want to get back to talking to people, and because of what I've explained already, it really has done me in. But yeah, I've just started talking to these Somerset people and they have brilliant accents, even though I was the one with the accent down there. But yeah, I was chatting to them, they bought me a pint, and then of course the landlady came out. Who wants a wild boar burger for free? Please, for someone that's, you know, surviving oxtail soups and cup of noodles and beans and cheese with sausages and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll have something good and hearty. And it was so good and hearty, nice fried egg. And as I said, she just came back from France, so she knew how to do a proper salad that just went over it. And there wasn't one part of it that I just really want again. I really do. And when I go back down there in the southwest in the winter time, that's why I left Cornwall alone. I'll be definitely going back there. And then of course after that I went to Pilston Pen. Excuse me, if you see me itching and doing this, it's because the thunderbugs or cornflies or whatever you want to call them, midges that don't bite is what they are, but they do crawl all over you. Went down to Pilston Pen and Bridport and that area, stayed at the Five Bells Inn and the other campsite with, you know, the OK shower, something that I'm going to need quite soon. So anybody in the area, you know, if you want some of my food, you know, drop in the PMs, DMs, whatever, and offer me a shower. and I'll bring you food. But yeah, that was a brilliant area with loads of history, geology, and everything else that it came above it. Yeah, it was brilliant. 10,000 years of history. 10,000 years. You know, the only people that can really get away with that is, like, you know, the Chinese. And even they haven't got an unbroken time of it. And then again, we haven't, because we got invaded by the Normans, the Romans, and everybody else. But yeah, that was brilliant. And yeah, I spent a fair few days going around there. And then, of course, after that, I still don't know the name of that river or the car park or the place that I was parked next to. But I think that's best when the Somerset bloke came round on his horse and the old wagon cart that he was camping in, and then his missus came along with, you know, because he had the daughter with him, and then the missus came along with the van and the son, and they were messing about on the river, jumping off the bridge, going along on their paddle boards. And yeah, they just invited me over, and they had an old style tripod came down with a flat pan underneath. And yeah, they were cooking me food. They opened a bottle of champagne, and if anybody knows me, I do like a bit of champagne. But in that circumstances, just sitting there in complete moonlight, just eating and just chilling with these people was just absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, what happened after that? I made a very, very mistake. Well, it wasn't a mistake. It was a good mistake, but not a budget mistake. Yeah, I know. Only the third week. Third week. Yeah, it was going to Glastonbury. And of all the places in the UK that live up to its name, believe me, Glastonbury does. You know, if you want to be whatever sort of person you want to be, you know, I know a lot of people think that I don't give it an F, as they would say it, because I'm going around the country and I'm, you know, everything like that. The people that live there really don't. The street art there, amazing. The people there, amazing. Their attitudes towards life, amazing. And as I said, you know, I ended up at one night eating an Indian takeaway. Oh, and yes, Kai, I am cooking a chicken tikka masala because I don't like things that spicy. And after his rant at the people that were delivering the curry, you know, for 15 minutes saying, I want it spicy, I want it really spicy, I mean really, really, really spicy. No, you didn't do it spicy enough last time, I want it really spicy. And the second you put it into your mouth, it tastes like lava. I have never experienced something so hot. That was just crazy hot. I think that's the reason I ended up losing my chair. Well, not losing, forgetting my chair, 2 plates, can't remember what else, a spoon, a saucepan, excuse me, a saucepan and everything like that. I'll turn that up a little bit just to get it cooking off. Yeah, and everything like that was because, yeah, it was nice, but oh, that was just a vindaloo of lava. A lava vu. There you go, that's a new word for all of you Indian takeaways and everything else that want to do something really spicy. Lava vu. Sounds more French, actually. And then after that, of course, I went over to Burnham-on-Sea. Yeah, Burnham. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. Burnham-on-Sea, just to try and find a bit of coolness. And that's, of course, where you saw the pictures and the videos of me next to that amazing beach. It's just near Weston-super-Mare. So if you're going to Weston-super-Mare but you want to find somewhere a little bit cheaper and a little bit less busy, Burnham-on-Sea. Go there. It's a crazy house. No, it's not crazy. It's a chilled, real chill place, and it's lovely there. And the sand beaches just go on for miles and miles and miles. Yeah, and then after that I realised I needed to come back home. And of course, you know, coming back home, it never feels the same as when you're travelling out. And I was lucky enough to find that place that I chilled out in that was completely overshadowed by trees. And in that heat, that was so nice. But I had to move on from there, of course. That was near Hungerford, a name I actually remember. Yeah, Hungerford. Yeah, and then I made the awful mistake of saying, well, I need to move away from there, otherwise people are going to think I'm moving in. And I went towards, no, it was Hungerford afterwards. That was near Blandford, sorry, that place. And another place that sounded quite, well, Fritz something, or something Fritz. It was a weird place. But yeah, near Blandford, which was nice. It's got a lovely river there. Come on, mix up. Oh, no, that's gone over. Yeah, definitely cheaper than the Indian, and there'd definitely be a meal here for 4, depending on how much you eat, that is. You know, some people will just eat this all in one. And then, yeah, I went over towards Hungerford. That's where I met up with, well, I didn't meet up with them. I started talking to all the room board racers in their cars and everything like that. And I said about, the sticker work down the side of the car, and chatting to them, brilliant lads. And then got woken up, one by the Fiery Moon, and another bit by the people that I thought was having the party, and they came round the corner with an AA van and this Jeep that belongs on the Serengeti or somewhere like that. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. And then after that is where I didn't do a video. I was in a place near Midhurst, in a place called Cocking. A rating campsites, that is definitely a 1. You know, it had a level bit for me to park my bike on, but it had portaloos that didn't work, shower that, well, imagine your mates drunk on a weekend with some pipe work, a shower hose and some corrugated metal. That's all it was. But yeah, and then I came back home, and yeah, it's been cool being back home. I spent a night over at the Taylor Road car park with all the kite surfers, amazing people. Yeah, I thought I could drink, they could definitely drink me under the table. That's no word of a lie. But yeah, that was brilliant. I was expecting a few more people to stop off and say, oh, is it you, Garth, and stuff like that, but nobody did. It was just a really, really quiet night, which you can't really blame anybody for, to be honest. But yeah, they were brilliant people, meeting with all of them. They've all signed my car. And then after that, I can't remember where I stopped. I've been here for a week and I can't remember where I stopped. I know I've been, you know, going up and see my friend Becky, because she's the only one that doesn't, you know, she doesn't have me on any social media or anything like that. So it's quite nice to talk to someone where they just don't know anything of what you've done. Even though for the majority of the time it's like, no, she's just completely, well, she is completely uninteresting. But yeah, so I've done that. I camped on my own, near my own driveway. Played a lot of loud music, which I don't think my neighbours were appreciative for. But the moaning buggers can deal with it, to be honest. They dragged me back here, so that's what they're going to have to deal with. And then, yeah, I found this little place that I'm in, and this is a beautiful place. And it's not even on Part 4 night or anything like that. It's just my local knowledge of the Romney Marsh. So yeah, I came down here and I spent a few nights here. I spent last night over on Becky's driveway. Thank you for stitching me up, by the way, Becky. Could barely make it back to my car, you little moo. But yeah, other than that, I'm starting to get back into myself. I'm starting to feel myself again. Starting to put like things and everything like that behind me. I know this is an incredibly long video. I'm just trying to squish everything in and actually, you know, do a bit of a decent cooking video. Wow, look at this. Coming along now. Got a lovely bit of chicken there, my rice over there. You can't argue with that. And it's almost done. I'll see if my chicken's done. Always find the biggest bit of chicken and split that first. And I don't think, oh no. It's almost done. So a little bit chatting, a little bit more chatting. Give me 1 or 2 more minutes. And you'll see me with something I've actually cooked out of the back of William with my double burner stove that you've all seen time and time before. That's actually cooking something that isn't, well, boiling water actually. So yeah, actually right, there we go. And there is not one person that if I can cook this on a 2 stove and a grill, even though I haven't used the grill, I can cook this on here. There is no reason any of you can complain that you can't cook at home. You really, really can't cook at home. Ooh, another car. Oh, it's that same 4x4. He goes back and past, back and past. I keep expecting him to pull over and go, what the hell are you doing? But they don't. Which is quite nice at one point, or, you know, I like to talk to people. I really do. Oh yes, that is thickening up. And another thing is that you might read the packet to this thing, and it might say, you know, 8 or so minutes or anything like that. One, check the chicken. Honestly, check it with check it with your eye. You'll be able to understand raw chicken is raw chicken. And another thing is, a little bit of a tip, is the longer you leave it in there without a lid on it, the thicker that sauce will become. So if you want a thinner sauce, less time. You want a thicker sauce, going for more time. You can't really argue with that. Right. I don't know whether to get, well, I'm going to go for one of them bowls today. I'm just going to go for the, well, I'm not going for the plastic knife and fork though. Yay! Or do I need a spoon? Well, I've got all three actually, so yeah. Knife, fork and a spoonie. Can't really argue with that. Right, we'll dish the old rice up, or some of the rice anyway. It'll be that. How fluffy is that rice? Right, I'll leave a bit for Mushy when he comes back up. Unless anybody else DMs me and they want a bit of rice and whatnot. There we go. Can't argue with that. Fluffy rice, man. Fluffy rice. There we go, and I do believe that this is done as well. The only thing is once you switch this off, you're alright. It's me that's got to do all the cleaning up in an area without a washing up sink, because I've broken my washing up bowl. And I completely forgot there's a shop in New Romney called Cheap Jats to go into in order to get a new washing up bowl. Silly me. Right, there we go. Look how thick, and look at that. Right, let's put you on here. I must admit I did get myself a bit of crusty loaf, because I might have that with this as well. I know it's not a naan bread, but I can use it for a secondary purpose of baked beans and sausages with some cheese in the morning. So I can't, well, I just want a bit more sauce. Right, let's have some more chicken. Come on. Get on there. Get on there. Yeah, I should really use a spoon for this. There we go. Can't argue with that. At least I can put that in there. And there you go. One little meal. Can't argue with that. Done on a double gas burning stove. There we are. I've already got my beer down there. So let's give it a go. I know it's going to be super hot, and I don't like super hot. But I know this video is getting on, so I'll give this a try. We've caught up with everything I hope we want to caught up with. If you want any more answers to anything else, hit me in the comments. Give me a like, give me a subscribe or a follow. Tell a friend. You know, some ginger mad person, or a weirdo if you will, going around the UK. But other than that, oh, something about having a proper meal. Yeah, proper hot though. Not spicy hot, just steamy hot. But other than that, I hope you haven't missed me too much. Sorry I've been away for so long. I hope you enjoy this rather long video. I've been chatting about this, that and everything else. But yeah, the adventure will continue. I'm just not too sure yet. I'm going to carry on trying to do videos. It's quite hard doing them down at home. Because I've seen everything before, even though a lot of people out there haven't seen what I've seen down here. But I want you guys to come down and visit these places. But as I always say, and I'm going to keep on saying it, take it easy, keep adventuring, and love you, bye.